everybody, welcome to Boxing Science. In this video I'm going to be showing you some key exercise techniques that you can use with a TRX or suspension trainer. Now you might see these in your commercial gyms or your boxing gym and you might not know the best way to get the most out of this piece of equipment. This first exercise is the most common exercise that we use at Boxing Science. It's TRX row. This is great to strengthen the upper back in that horizontal pulling motion. We're going to start off facing into the TRX. Just have your feet just in front of the anchor point, facing out just like a punch, and then he's going to pull it in so his hands are parallel into his rib cage, keeping them shoulders pinned back, squeezing them shoulder blades back, keeping the core nice and tight. Now a common mistake would be to, when they go to the top, to start rounding them shoulders or rounding the back, or leading with the hips first. So if you try and lead with the hips first, Cal, just as a bit of a mistake. So so then coming up, that's it. So when they find it hard, start trying to use the lower back to gain momentum. Where you've got to make sure that you do all the way through, maintain that core tension, squeeze the glutes, and then when you're at the top, not rowing it too much where you're having to round, but pulling into that rib cage, keeping them shoulder blades pinned back. Now to progress this, because once you've done this for a few weeks, it's going to get quite easy. There's a few different ways that we can progress it. First of all is the position. So we're going to get underneath it this time, get a little bit lower into it. So we're going to get underneath it, change the angle, so then the head is on line with the anchor point and the feet are out this way. Or we're going to say it other way, but that's fine. So the lower that the feet go, this progresses the exercise. And then also you can change it in terms of, like, you can use a body weight vest, or you can change the tempo. So you can go up fast, down on 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Fire it up. 3, 2, 1. Good. So even though the exercise, the position of the body is the same, there's no added weight, you can still get more out of the exercise just by changing a few different kind of tempo alternatives. By coming up, you can hold it at the top for 3 seconds and then come down, or you can come up fast and then come down for that 3 seconds to really get the most out of that eccentric movement. So that's a TRX row. This next exercise is called T-raises. This is fantastic exercise to target the traps and lower traps and all them posterior shoulder muscles. So it's really important for boxers to, one, get the shoulders strong, but also to keep them healthy at the same time. So Cam's going to grab the TRX. He's going to have his arms long, and it's not going as low as he would do on a TRX row because it's going to be a little bit harder to maintain that posture. His arm's going to stay straight throughout, and he's going to pull himself up whilst keeping his arms straight, and then come down nice and slow. So you're getting into that strong T position and making sure at the top that these ropes are staying nice and tight. If you see that they slack a little bit, you're not keeping that tension through your muscles. Good. Calm's keeping a strong head alignment, good core tension, and also his arms on line with his shoulders. What a lot of people can start doing, especially because they've got tight upper traps, is to start going a little bit too high there. You want to try and keep it low, so you're keeping that scapular retraction, scapular position in the right position. We're not wanting to elevate too much and it to become too trap dominant. We want it to be a little bit further down, so then we're targeting all the upper back and posterior shoulder muscles. This next exercise is a TRX Y raise. Now the Y raise is an exercise that we use quite often at Boxing Science as it targets the lower traps. Now because our upper traps are quite dominant and overactive, this means that the lower traps can end up being underactive, and we need to maintain that balance to improve shoulder strength but also reduce that likelihood of injury. Now we use Y raisers with dumbbells in a prone position, in a standing position, but it's great with the TRX. It just challenges that overhead strength and also targets the core at the same time. So Callum's going to get into a similar position that he was in the T raises. He's not standing too close to the anchor point. And he's going to come up into a Y position, arms overhead, but it's in quite a diagonal position. What a lot of boxers, a lot of athletes will tend to do is to go up and the arms elevate again and go straight overhead into like what I'd call an I position. And this is using mostly your traps. Whereas in this Y position, coming slightly down, you start using your lower traps a lot more. Again, we're not yanking ourselves into it, we're not bending those arms, it's purely the arms are staying straight and we're driving your arms overhead, keeping that core nice and tense all the way through. Fantastic technique, Cal. Good work. Okay, this next exercise is a fantastic one for your shoulders again. This is called TYWs. Now this is combining the T raises and the Y raises and adding in a high row at the same time. And you should feel this all in the posterior shoulder muscles. So Callum's going to grab the TRX again in a similar position that I was performing the T raises in. He's going to go into T, a Y, and then he's going to bring it up into high row. T, Y, and then he's going to bend his arms this time and do a face pull. You want to do around about 6 repetitions. Got Royal Mail there. Keaton, do you want to go out? Put it in. So yeah, you want to do about 6 repetitions of that full, like basically 3 is 1 rep. So as we get to the end, you've done about 18 reps and it's a real good exercise to really target them posterior shoulders.